Good afternoon, YouTubers. I'm not an expert, and today we're going to upgrade my Stanley 5.5 plane. Now, you may remember this from one of my other videos. I already took the handle off. This is a plane that was built during the World War II era, identifiable primarily by the plastic knob. But it's kind of, well, actually, this one doesn't have a lot of play in it. Anyway, I want to upgrade it. I've already tuned it up. I put a Hawk blade and chip breaker in it. So I'm already invested farther than I really want to be. So I'm going to take off the knob and I'm going to replace it with a brass knob that I got from Wood by Wright that's made by Reed Planes. So let me show it to you. So what's different about it? Just that it's brass? Well, no. The big difference is that it is a much finer thread. Let's take a look. Let me get it out of here. It's always a little confusing because these are left-hand thread. So if they're very easy to sort of get backwards. But let me unscrew it here. Let's take a good look at it. It says Reed on it. And there it is. It's just a brass knob. But I'll go ahead and show you this. You can see, let's see, are we focusing? See how much finer the threads are? It has two sections. It's got one threaded to fit in the frog, and it's got the fine thread. That gives you a much finer adjustment and a lot more leverage in moving the blade. So, let's see. Spin that off. So, installation. Okay, as you can see, I kind of got ready ahead of time. So I removed this one. Now, in order to get it off, it was very tight. I hit it a little bit with a propane torch to heat up the frog. And I used a piece of leather and vice grips, which did actually mar the threads a little bit, but they have a steel nut here, so I was able to sort of chase them again. And I think they're fine now. So I can always convert this back. Nothing I'm doing here is permanent. So let's go ahead and take this. We'll look at the back of the frog. Let me pull the frog out and show it to you. Okay, frog removed. Don't lose the screws. So into the back, I'm going to put this new one. Remember, you got to turn it the wrong direction. And I'll do the rest with the screwdriver. They're very nice there at Reed, and they've put in a. I'm just going to go as far as it goes. It actually got snug before it got all the way in. Okay, so this we're going to put on here, and it's going to require us to spin the wrong direction. Oh, I already messed it up. There we go. And get the stirrup back in there. There we go. Oh, that spins pretty nice. They do seem to do good work there at Reed Planes. Okay, let's pop this back in. Drop that screw in there. This screw in here. Tighten that down real quick. I'm going to get two. There's that. Straighten that out. I'm going to put the handle back on. Give it off the side. Okay, put that screw in down there. You can already see that screw's a little long. I'm going to have to shorten it a little bit. But for now, it'll be fine. And we'll put the blade back in. Get that kind of nicely centered. Put the lever cap on. Snap it down. And let's take a look. Okay, you can't really see much from here except that I'm spinning it. I'm actually going to loosen this up just a smidge. Just to make it a little easier while I'm playing with it. Okay, it's just starting to show through. I'm going to grab my latest piece of scrap wood. I've got something around here. We'll go a little deeper. Curlicues out of there. Okay, so the plane performs exactly as it did before. It needs a little, maybe a little better alignment. But the same amount of rotation produces about half as much extension, so making fine-tuning a lot easier. The question is, how much backlash is there? So let's see. Well, watch, it reads. Okay, loose. It's that's about 2.5 revolutions of backlash. So for part 2 of this show, I have another part from Reed. They sell stirrups, or I forget what they call them. I'll find it out and I'll paste it over the top. So what this is a file to fit stirrup to replace that, which will take all of the slack out of the back and forth in 2 ways. One, these lobes are much larger, so they're going to fill this gap. As you can see, they're too tight, right? And then on the plane, actually on the chip breaker has a little slot in it, and they're going to fill that. This is going to fill that slot very tightly, so that as you move back and forth, it's going to remove all of that slack, making the plane much easier to adjust, just less fiddling. You know, you a little forward, a little back, and you'll be cutting. So that'll be part 2. I don't have time tonight, but look for that maybe next week, where I'm going to follow the instructions. Well, it says Reed on it. Reed planes. They also make really fancy bronze planes if you really want to treat yourself. So look for this. I'll put links below to where I got it. I got it from Wood by Wright's shop. Reed Planes makes them. They're not expensive for what you're getting. I think for the pair I paid something in the 60s. I'll put links. You can check it out. I don't know how long the prices will be as low as they are, because they're, I think, a really good bargain. By the time I get that done, then we'll do an evaluation of how much money I've spent fixing up an old plane versus maybe what you'd have to spend to get a new one from, say, Wood River or Veritas or Lee Nielsen or someone. Something a little higher end. All right, that's all I got for now. We'll catch you later.